we're still on the path of building some of the stuff that you got from Christmas. These things you got from Santa Claus. Actually, I got you that one. These ones are from Santa. Yesterday we built this one. It's pretty cool. It's a Tamiya Bullhead Junior. It's a nice little battery-powered kit by Tamiya.
It's a monster truck.
Yeah, to be honest with you, this is some of the stuff that Dad wanted when he was a little boy, and he could not have it.
And when Daddy was little, he wanted the dump truck and the truck, but sometimes you can't just get the stuff you want.
That's right. That's the way life works out sometimes. So we built this thing together. It's pretty cool. It's got a gearbox. There's, you know, grease, and we had to push the wheels on and sticker the body. There was a lot of little parts. Build the battery box and snap the motor in. So and then there's an on-off switch on this guy. You just flip it underneath there. You want to show them how to do it? Yeah. We've already ran it a few times on the floor. Whoa, and then it takes off. It's pretty cool. There's no way to control it. It's not an RC vehicle.
Yeah.
But it's cool because it's a toy and it's educational because you got to line up the gears and build it yourself. So let's go ahead and set that one off to the side.
Okay.
So another version of that one is a mammoth dump truck, which we're probably not going to build today because we want to go out in the field today and play with some RC cars and rockets and stuff like that.
I got a super big buggy over there.
Yeah, we'll run the buggy too. So we're going to set that off to the side. Woo! And today we're going to build the smaller version of those. These are kind of nice. I think this retails for about $13.
This is a Toyota.
Yeah, it's a Toyota. It's a Land Cruiser. It's, you know, actually like a desert racer.
It's real.
Yeah, it's based on a real vehicle. This is 1/32 scale. So let's have a look at all our parts. Hang on, I'll get them for you. There you go.
Thanks.
You know how to use those pretty safely.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and start by cutting the tires. That'll work his way to the instructions. There's some of our electronics. They give you a little thing of grease. I usually use my own grease, but I forgot it in the dungeon. So we're not going to mess with that today.
Yeah.
Looks like we got some wheels. That's our chassis. We'll go ahead and we'll open that. Not as many parts on this one.
That one?
Oh yeah, there's some gears. There's like a worm drive gear, spur gear, pinion gears, all that stuff. And that's our chassis. Looks like there's some spacers. We'll get down to the instructions.
Here's one wheel.
Yeah. What are you trying to make me go chase it? Alright, and then there's our decals. It looks like they're peel and stick, which is okay because I think that these stick very nicely, their decals, at least in the other kits. So I hope we have batteries. I think we have some batteries left still.
We do.
Batteries are always a fight. Yeah, so these are going to be peel and stick. Yep. We got ourselves a nice body. Tamiya castings are always very superior. They're very nice. There's usually not a lot of flash or anything like that that needs to be cleared off. There are some windows here. So a lot of times they give you, okay, there's some, not quite sure what that is, but that's what instructions are for. Yeah, figure it out. Oh, I see on the bumper. They got some clear headlights that go on the bumper. They're like rally lights, so we got to cut those out of there. Let's not cut too many small things off, buddy, because you know what happens. We just end up with a big mess and we're just staring at a pile of parts. And everything is crazy. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of...
Here's some wheels.
Nice, the wheels look cool, man. One thing you got to pay attention, actually I don't think you can mess this up on this kit. But like on that truck, I think we put the wheels on backwards.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, the tread's pointing the wrong way, which isn't a big deal. I'm pretty sure that's a mistake a lot of people make. Pretty impossible to do with this one because it's just open. The plastic wheels just pop right on there.
Yeah.
So, let's get ourselves some instructions out.
I think I can do the wheel changing now because this is much flatter boat.
Yeah.
Boat.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So, let's have a look at what we have here. So it does step one. It's showing us to go ahead and put all that stuff on. So we'll go ahead and we'll follow the instructions. There is a little plastic thing, F1. So it's sprue F1. Every manufacturer is different. Bandai has kits that are like sprue A1, sprue A2, sprue B2, B3, whatever. So we're going to cut that off because that's what actually holds the windshield in place.
Okay.
So be very careful with that. Flat side up against the part, remember, like Daddy taught you. There you go. Okay, there you go.
Sometimes.
This is a little softer plastic. Some plastic's harder than others. Alright, so can you cut off this guy, that little guy, and then we need those two rally lights that are on the front.
Okay.
And then this little guy, looks like they got a button tab that holds the entire glass set in place.
Cut this little thing off.
Yeah, that gets cut off. Cut it up against the glass. There you go. That's good. Okay, and then we're going to want those rally lights.
Okay.
Can you handle it? Okay. Just be careful so they don't go flying. Hold it over the table, partner. We end up with a ton of debris everywhere with everything that we build.
Here's one light.
Nice. That was pretty good, man. I think we did a good job on that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop that on there. That's what it's telling us to do. They do push on pretty good. For a 5-year-old boy, a little hard, but a lot of times. You want to try pushing that one on there?
Okay.
It's got like a little stand that goes on the bumper. See what I'm saying? And then you push it right on there. So the bottom stand goes on the bumper. See what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Take your time. There you go. Awesome. Okay, so it's got rally lights on it already. Alright, and then I think we gotta lose this part. That might just snap right off. Why don't we try and fit the glass in there, buddy?
Okay.
See how it goes?
It goes in the
Uh-huh.
head.
Yep.
Push it in.
There you go.
Okay.
You got it. So then instead of the glass popping in, you gotta use this little piece that we cut off and push that on there, and that holds the glass in place. Getting it?
Barely.
Nice.
I barely.
Yeah, sometimes it's kind of hard. Dad got it. You just need that little extra. Na 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 na. All right. So there we go.
Nice.
So now it's decals. Would you like Dad to decal this up?
Sure.
Yeah. Sometimes Dad does
I
a
can.
little bit straighter job.
I can do the numbers. Decal.
Okay. How about you do the doors?
Okay.
Okay. So sometimes. Let's see. Right now I'm getting the paper backing, so that's. Sometimes the decals you gotta actually use a razor blade. And this is my part. I let you use a knife once in a while to cut a little piece of balsa wood or something.
Here's the picture so it can help you how to.
Yeah.
How to stick it.
Well, and it shows you all the decals are numbered. It also shows you here, so that helps too. But a lot of times on the Bandai Sci-Fi kits, Dad will actually use the box artwork. Sometimes it's not very clear, especially because my foreign language skills are a little limited when it comes to like Japanese and Korean and Chinese.
Or Philippines.
I speak Tagalog pretty good. You speak Tagalog pretty good. Yeah, 'cause mommy's Tagalog, so we got to speak to her family.
Almost.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's that. We'll go ahead and we'll do. Everybody does decal a little differently. You always just whatever. Take your time. I think we're gonna have this running today, if we have batteries. So Dad likes to use a razor blade for the decals. So sometimes I like water slides. Sometimes I like stick-on. For a toy like this, I really like stick-on because we just get it running.
Yeah.
You don't have some of the emotions of water slides. It's a little extra work.
If we did water slide on this, the engine might not run it because it would be all wet.
Yeah. What's it showing us for the roof? Decal 17, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's this guy. So.
Oh, the red and the blue star go on the.
I'll tell you what. You want to put a decal right there,
Okay.
number 408.
Okay.
Take your time, put it right in the center, and try to put it straight. I'd say, you know what, there's another decal, so put the bottom of the number up against this bar. Because it looks like there's another decal. How's it look?
Oh, yes.
Nice job. Yeah, it's a Mizuno.
It's the blue one.
Yeah. Well, what does it do? Does it give you a different one? Number 12. I think it's going to be this decal, this red decal. It probably varies from the artwork a little bit. What does it say? Doesn't really say anything. So whatever. Okay, so that's 16. Well, we'll hold off on that one. So let's do Tamiya. You want to do the big? Let's do the big hood decal. You can do that.
Yeah.
These decals stick pretty nice. They're printed on clear film. So this guy is going to go on the hood. Boom. Just like that. Can you handle that?
Yeah.
Okay. Use like the hood line to square it up, you know? You know what I mean by square it up? Make it nice and straight. Not bad. Pretty good job. Kind of sideways. You want me to try and redo it? Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter. You do a pretty good job, but that can probably.
Maybe
Problem is sometimes some stickers, once you get them on.
Maybe you can steady it and make sure it's like facing the right way.
Yeah, it's facing the right way. We'll just square it up a little bit more. I think, is there a pinion press tool or anything like that? I don't think so.
Oh.
What you could do, I think you can free up the rest of those parts, buddy.
I don't know what that is.
What?
This.
It's a spare tire. It's because when they're in a rally, I think it's a spare tire. I'm just guessing.
But there's no tire at the back of the truck.
Sometimes, well, maybe not on the picture, but maybe in the kit. Sometimes the artwork varies from the. There we go. That looks pretty good.
From the beginning.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I think that we are probably safe enough on this kit if you want, very carefully with your screw cutters. Go ahead and free all the parts from the screws. That'll work on the decals.
Okay.
Alright. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Mizuno. Sometimes I want to get a little lazy with the decals. And, I only put on like some of them, but I think this is easy enough. It's just hard to. They're die cut on there, which is nice. But sometimes it's a faint die cut. So it's hard to get them off the sheet. Yeah, just take your time, buddy. Take your time. Do it. Try it. So yeah, don't leave this truck outside, buddy, when you're playing in the summertime and stuff, because these decals, if it rains on them, it will come off. Unless we clear coat this thing, which we're not going to do that. This is a toy that's just going to get beat on and played with hard. So it's nice, there's a bunch of little gears and stuff in the box. Might be a pinion press tool that they give you, which I don't see, but we'll figure it out. If it's a mistake at the end of the video, we'll let everybody know how we survived that if we ended up cutting the tool off. You want to put that on already?
There's the wheel.
Oh, you're already messing with the wheels, huh? Yeah, that looks like it's on pretty good. Yeah, if you want, go ahead and mess with that.
When I get the bolts ready, I'm going to put them on the wheel.
Okay. I'll keep messing with the decals. Boom, boom, boom. So, let's see. Some of this stuff. What?
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I'm going to get these other two.
This is tough.
It is.
You know, I keep talking about those magnifiers. Mom got, or somebody got me for Christmas. Should dig them out. Uh-oh, you losing stuff?
Don't worry.
That can't be good. That can't be good.
I found it, I found it.
You say so.
There was only a bolt for the wheel.
Oh, okay.
Big enough to like
nice. Even though these are peel and stick, they got them kind of like little kerfs on the corner so that they bend around the body where they're supposed to. Tamiya and Bandai are pretty much
kind of
superior kits, in my opinion, when it comes down to any form of modeling or toys or anything like that. That's why Dad doesn't mind going to the hobby shop and spending a little extra money, plus we're keeping our money local. Nice. Yeah, you just keep doing that, buddy.
One more.
You got one more tire?
Uh-huh.
So this one I think I can handle. Go here. It's showing me going here. I should be looking at the numbers, but I'm not. So what was this? This is number 19. Number 7. So number 7 they're showing going on this side. So, okay. Threw me for a loop there.
There's all the wheels.
You got all the wheels? Awesome, man. Let's go ahead and keep cutting all those parts.
Okay.
And we'll detail this up.
Even you know these at the back of the Toyota stuff.
Yeah.
Let's just put it.
I don't know if that's what it is. I'm guessing because, yeah, I don't know, buddy.
I don't see it on the
I'm not sure what it is. That's why we got to read the instructions. I think Dad can decal this thing up after the fact. So maybe we'll just work on all the mechanics of everything and then we'll decal it at the end of the video. And we can do this cool, like, trick on the video where we, like, fast forward everything. So any talking we do, it's like this. And then we're just slapping decals on it. Oh, whatever. Let's just put it on.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, so, yeah, you got the tires. You kind of jumped on. I don't even have... It gets dangerous if you don't follow the instructions, because sometimes you're doing something, and you're like, uh-oh, that's a big mistake at the end. But that's okay. I think, you know what, I think that we're smart enough. Well, you're smart enough. I think we can figure it out. Alright, so why don't we go ahead and free this up, buddy?
Okay.
Let's free up that guy. Because the next step after doing the body, they got you moving right on to the drivetrain and everything. So, free that guy right off of there. Just take I don't know if we need those yet. Those might be tabs for the body. We'll cut it there, and that up against the part. So that big square rectangle looking boxy part, that is our... Looks like they got everything pressed on. The only thing I don't see is like a pinion. A pinion on the motor. This looks like it could be that guy. So, what it has us doing here. Okay. So those are little battery terminals. And there's some sort of a collar. I think that's our pinion. A lot of times they give you a tool on the sprue. I know, big difference, right? Yeah, big difference in the tires. Well, that's kind of more like cartoonish, and this is more true scale. You know what I'm saying? So, it's cool though. We're having fun. Mm-hmm. Man, you really are distracting. Okay, alright. I'll tell you what. You know what? I think we do need these parts next. So why don't you go ahead and cut those off, but do not lose them, because sometimes we lose those little parts in the process of doing everything. It looks like that's just gonna pop right in there. So. Yep. So that's that one and that one.
The plastic is like so thin.
So we have two axles, two drive axles, okay? So it looks like the first step, buddy, I will do one, okay? So it looks like we fished the drive axle in here in the front. Okay, so I did one, okay, and you're going to take this drive axle and you're going to fish it into the back, okay? All right. It neglects to tell us the steps. I'm going to read ahead a little bit. So you fish it down in that hole, and you got to kind of pick it up like this. And you feed it in there. I know, it's okay. You're only 5 years old. You're a little bit ahead of your time.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, it doesn't show us to grease anything, but I know we have to. Usually I have some hobby grease in the basement, but I don't feel like stepping away right now. So, let's, yeah, So I got the grease ready. That's the chassis. It goes underneath the truck. Somebody engineered this thing, I'm pretty sure. There's no doubt. Okay, so let's go back to where I was. We like to bounce all over the place, which is, what did I say? Dangerous, right? So let's figure out, it looks like these guys. Okay, so this holds the axle down. Okay, see this little T-shaped piece? That holds the axle down in place. So it looks like we're gonna just pop that in there. Okay, maybe it's a little harder than a pop. No, that's where it goes. You do. Might need a little persuasion. This is where you gotta be careful because you break these parts. That'll do this part. Okay. Easier said than done sometimes. You know what? There we go. Alright, so those little T-shaped things, you see how that axle's in there now, buddy?
Yeah.
The little T-shaped thing, that holds the axle. This back one's flopping around still, right? That's going to be a little hard for you. Dad had to really fight to get that in there. But these T-shaped things is what holds the axle. So I'm going to pop that in there. Okay? Easier said than done again. That's my sound I make when I feel wimpy. When a little tiny plastic part is fighting. Oh, man, not there. I thought I had it. I heard a pop, and it was either like Okay, so this part's a little hard. Okay, so alright, so even like a young teenager might struggle with that. But whatever, we're doing it together. Parental supervision is always a good thing. Okay, so it looks like I got those in, so we're good on that. So we have to make sure we pay attention to what the back is and what the front is. Okay. And there's a little brass collar. They like to give you these little eyelets. Okay. We test fit things sometimes before we get too crazy. So I believe, yeah, we're gonna have to. Okay. So that gets fished in there. You see that? You think you can handle that? Let's see how that's going to go. So if that pushes in there. Okay. So I would like your help on this.
That's easy.
Yeah. So take this, and then you're going to fish it down in there. Can you handle that?
Yeah.
So we're going to do this together. Whoop. And we got to watch that. I'll put that brass thing in. Go ahead and fish that in there. It's easy, and then you just missed the hole. Here, watch. Nothing to be worried about. Very carefully, because that's going to hold the whole drivetrain in there. You see how I got inside there?
Yeah.
You do it. You try it now.
Oh.
You see it? Yeah, so you get that part and just lay it in there, and then I'll try and fish the front end. Okay?
There we go.
There you go. So then, what I believe we have here is, there's a little brass collar on the front. Probably. Yeah. Usually they have a little icon that tells you the grease thing, but I don't see it. Okay, so that is snapped in. Okay. Look at that. So that's snapped in, and then I believe, yeah, so that spins the back. Yeah, I'm just making sure everything works. You always want to go straight to the tires. We're just not ready for the tires.
Okay.
Let's wait. So what Dad is going to do, because I know we're going to need it, we're going to put a little bit of grease here. These things, you know what, they're nice toys. They do make a lot of noise. Like that. They sound awful sometimes, but it's actually quite normal for these.
Because they're only because they're not like remote control cars.
Yeah.
It's just,
So we just put a little bit of grease everywhere where we think we need them. Okay, so that is all of that. Now there are some other little pieces that you may or may not have cut off. Okay, so now this guy here, I'm gonna cut him off, buddy. This part right here.
okay.
You cut that off. And then these are our battery contact terminals. So we just gotta pay attention to the orientation of these. That'll do this part. Be very careful with your nipples. Just cut that little tiny piece left over there, buddy. So that's that. And that's that. These look like they may make contact with the motor. Okay, so those just fish right in there, like so. Yep. Yeah, these are our contacts for our motor. We just kind
There
of.
we go.
These are always a little difficult.
It's cut off.
Okay, so it's got to snap in there. Sometimes you need a little screwdriver, but Dad got it. Okay, so this is where our batteries make contact with the motor. Let's see. In. Oh. And it's in. All right. So that's that. You cut this part for me. Correct? Yeah. So that snaps in. You got to pay attention to the orientation. I'm not quite sure what this part is. That's why it's important to follow the instructions. It looks like it may be some sort of a body mount. Getting closer. Getting closer to the step that you want to see. Okay. So, remember I was talking about that pinion pressing tool?
Yeah.
That's it right there. It's on the sprue. So that's why it's important not to just go crazy cutting the sprue, because sometimes that's a different. Don't cut it off. Don't cut it off. If you look at the step number 5, as you're taking the pinion and pushing the motor on it. I could do some of it with my fingers. Yeah. And then this will actually push it. Don't cut it off. See? It just says. So see if you can take the motor, grab the motor with both hands, set your screw cutters down right now. Patience is a virtue. And then push straight down on the motor. Ooh. Whoop. You okay? Did I get you? Sorry. Sometimes things are dangerous. That's why I said put those down. So it looks like we may need to go a little more. Okay. That's kind of a tough step. It needs a little bit of pressure. I thought maybe you could do it. But you'll get there. So that puts this pinion on the motor at the proper depth that you need. So now, here's our motor contacts. On a lot of other toy cars, it may be a wire, but with these, it's direct to the copper, the contacts to our motor. So the battery basically is giving power directly to the motor. Now we're going to snap the motor in. Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Are you overwhelmed? You want to put tires on. You're just making like this, like you're worried. All right, you want to try and snap the motor in? Some of this stuff's a little tough. We're building a, I don't even know if there's an age thing on here, but this is probably more for like a 12 or a 13-year-old or something.
There we go.
You got it. Nice job. Nice. The motor sits in there a little funky, but it looks like that's what it's supposed to do. So let's see if we turn the motor. Yeah, look at that. Everything else turns. So that's, I like to do that. So if we turn the motor, I can see the axle turning. So this pinion is turning the spur gear, which is turning the worm gear, which is turning this spur gear down here. So that's your drive axle. This is only a, yeah, you with the tires, man. So I'll tell you what, let's throw a little bit of grease on the pinion. You've been getting the grease out of these little tubes. That's why I'd like to buy that nice little valve.
I can do the tires.
Dude, you've been talking about the tires? So I'm going to let you do the tires.
Okay.
Because you know what? You know what's next?
What?
I don't really know.
Tires.
So I'm not quite sure what this thing is. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's for the other. We're talking so much now. Okay. So now we need this part. Can you cut that part off for me? And then this is the other end of the battery contact. So Dad just needs to make sure that I fish this in here properly. You get it off?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. It looks like it goes in there. Okay, so this is going to work like a switch. Okay. So then this guy, this is going to hold our battery contact in there. Okay. You got a little nub of plastic I'm going to cut off. A lot of times I do this with a razor blade. This plastic cuts pretty well. Okay, so now our next step is going to be a switch. You're excited. You want to see this thing run, don't you?
I know.
Yeah, okay. Alright, we're getting there, I promise. Okay, so now we need... See, there's still parts here that are unexplained. Oh, it's like a rear toe hook bumper. I don't really know. Okay, so this is our switch that turns this thing on and off. Part number 4. Do you want to cut this or should I? I'm already halfway there.
I can do it.
Why don't you go ahead and cut the other side of that?
This is good.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So we had some batteries.
I just put them
Well, you know, that'll clean them off for you. I use a little bit of lubricant to clean them. It's just all the excess plastic that you've been cutting, that's all.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, buddy, so, did it actually say? Oh, okay, so from the other side. So this is the bottom, look at that. So it pops in there. Would you like to pop that switch in there?
Sure.
Go ahead and pick it up and pop it in there. You see how it's keyed?
Yep.
So like a little slot. It's keyed. So you're going to pop it in there. When you turn it this way, it's in the off.
When you switch it, it turns it on.
Push it. There you go.
When you turn it, it turns the truck on.
Yep.
Maybe.
That's off. Okay, yeah. So this is on. That's off. I was just looking at the truck. Backwards, because we've looked at it in a lot of different ways. Okay. I think we might have this running tomorrow. Alright. That'll be right back. You want to try and get the tires on? Let Dad do one. Okay?
Okay.
You probably got to push them on pretty good all the way down. Okay. I think you can handle that.
Yeah.
You want to try and do it?
I wonder if it's louder now.
Well, it's probably not as loud as a four-wheel drive. Looks like you got it. Another thing, like, oh, okay. No, I think you're about right. I think that's it. I think it's right. It's probably just a little bit of axle exposed because you probably need to grease that a little bit.
Oh, they're both doing
Huh? Oh. Well, how's that possible?
I don't know.
No. That can't be. That's the only way that those go on. Let's see.
Yeah.
No, that's right. Because this is the front of the truck. Oh, this is four-wheel drive. Because look at it. There's a worm gear up front. See, it is a four-wheel drive vehicle. Huh? I don't know. It could be. All right. Why don't you go ahead and it's right. Wait a minute. One's right. One's wrong. Wow. Okay. So that's here. Look. These guys should go on okay. Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and do the back. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll see if this thing works. If we did everything correct, you know, sometimes we get distracted because we like to talk a lot of nonsense while we do a thing. And then we have batteries. So it looks like there's some sort of a tow bar. I see. There is a tow bar. So you could actually like tie some things up and stuff. I understand.
Oh, I kind of want to do that.
I know, you always have crazy ideas. Maybe we can steal some of your sister's hair ties or something. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's battery up this thing. Always make sure it is in the off position when you pop batteries in. Okay, negative, positive.
Oh, I wonder if this mini truck can pull this big truck.
You're asking a lot of wild stuff, buddy.
I kind of wonder if...
Well, I'm just hoping we did everything right. Now, is there some sort of a... Yeah, I don't see anything of the sort. Maybe the batteries kind of stay in well on their own. Usually there's a battery clip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It holds batteries in.
It works.
It's not that loud.
Yeah, so watch your fingers, okay? You want to do the honors of turning that on? Hold it here. Keep your fingers clear of the tires and turn it on.
It's not that loud.
Nice. Nice. I like it. So is that right? It seemed like it was going backwards to me.
It was. It was.
That would be reverse, right? Because this is supposed to be... No, that's right. Okay, so that's what it is. The engine's at the front of the vehicle. Uh-huh. It's on. Alright, here, you know what? You want to turn it on and Dale will catch it. Just let it drive across the table. Yeah, turn it on. Turn it on.
I am, but it's...
What? You just got to make sure it stays in position, that's all. You're just not going all the way. Alright, let it rip. Whoa! Alright, let's decal this thing. Now is... Okay, now we will, yeah.
Now it's the time!
Yeah, that's cool.
It's the
I don't think he's going to do any big... Neither one of these are going to do any, like, really big obstacles, but we got a nice little light gravel portion.
It's never... There's no way it's going to make the loop-de-loop.
Yeah, okay. Did you say so? One loop-de-loop. Is there a loop-de-loop somewhere outside that I don't know?
No. If we made one, it might just, like, not make it.
You're trying to get me to make things.
What the